The things that piss me off about the Sims game and make me just want to completely quit the game and change this channel to something else. Okay, listen, I'm mad at The Sims 4, and today I am not holding back. There are a lot of things to complain about in The Sims 4. Glitches, bugs, and occasional crashes that delete 3 hours of your gameplay. We all know those. But today, I'm not talking about glitches, because today I am going to talk about some weird gameplay choices that EA made that shouldn't have been made, or at least should be fixed. These design choices really make me wonder if The Sims team is trying to make an awesome game, or if it's just a money grab. Are they just relying on the fact that the community will just keep buying whatever they lash out at us? Or are they really passionate? Because from what I'm going to tell you today, you might question that. If you have things that you hate about The Sims, please tell me right now in the comments so that we can compare notes and see if we have the same issues and if we're bothered by the same things. Sims walking through doors. You know what drives me insane? The doors and the way the Sims use doors. First of all, the Sims don't actually open the door. The door just opens by itself whenever they're near it. I wish that was real life, but it's not, and it takes away the immersion. But on top of that, the way they go through the door itself is so annoying. Instead of, I don't know, just walking through the actual free space like a normal person, the Sim will literally clip through the door. Even though it's open, they are not bothering to walk around the door to get in. It's like the animation team said, nah, close enough, and moved on to working on the cow plants instead. And once you notice it, you cannot unsee it. Every time your Sims goes to the bedroom, they're like, oops, just walked through a solid object again. No big deal. This ruins the realism, and it ruins my shots when I'm filming for my gameplay stories. Window shopping instead of actual shopping. Now, let's talk about shopping, and I use that word loosely, because when you send your Sim to buy clothes, they don't actually shop. No, that would be too wild. They just window shop, which means that they walk up to a window display and just stare at it like it's a painting and then walk away. Congratulations, you just had a shopping experience with no actual shopping. And the wild thing is that as a player, you still have to open customization mode to actually put on different clothes. Like, it would be too difficult to program a game where you can actually shop normally. I mean, you can already shop for groceries. Why can't we shop for clothing? And why did I even bother leaving the house and going through the loading screen for this? I could have just clicked the dresser and been done with it in seconds. Okay, fine, it would have taken me hours to choose an outfit, but you know what I mean. But no, instead, I took my Sim across town just so that they can pretend to shop. In general, it's annoying how much I have to pretend to make this life simulator game feel like an actual simulation of life. Even GTA has a better shopping experience, and that's not even the point of the game. And I hate window shopping in real life. It's such a tease. So why would I like it in The Sims? I don't. Like, what's the point? And it's not like the windows change with the seasons or their holidays and you get something fun to look at. No, it's just a boring, useless activity. Speaking of a boring, useless activity, not being able to visit certain locations is a bummer. The Sims is always getting us excited about these cool new locations that they're building. And I can't stand that I actually cannot visit those locations. I mean, technically your Sim can go into those locations. For example, the Ferris wheel, the haunted house, the horse race, and many, many more. But do you actually get to follow them? No, they just go into the building and you're stuck outside looking at the building. It's a pretty building, but where's the gameplay? It kills the excitement. For instance, imagine sending your Sim for a nice date at the carnival. They're ready to go on the Ferris wheel and you want to see them cuddled up on the chair eating cotton candy. But instead, they disappear into thin air and you just imagine that they had fun. And they're like, wow, that was fun. Was it? I wouldn't know because I didn't get to see a single second of it. Same thing for the haunted house at the carnival. I want to see my Sim screaming and being chased by monsters. Thanks so much for the immersive gameplay, EA. You really nailed it. It just seems like The Sims is dangling all these amazing locations in front of my face that I cannot even see. Like, no, it's not for you. Just trust us that it's fun for The Sim. Like, no, I don't want to trust you. I want to see it. I want to experience it. I want to play the freaking game. I hate how characters appear in front of their house when you load into a family. Please explain this one to me. Why is it that every time I load into a family or a house, the whole family is standing outside the freaking door? Like, it doesn't matter if it's 3 p.m., midnight, or a full thunderstorm. The moment I enter a lot, the family is just standing there like they were just evacuated from the house due to an emergency. And it's never natural either. It's not like they're chatting, gardening, or doing something fun. No, they're just frozen in there, confused, staring at each other like, what are we doing here? And I'm also asking the same thing. What am I doing here? Why am I even playing this game that hates me so much? Meanwhile, their fully furnished house, TV, bed, sofa, completely unused. It feels like The Sims is saying, welcome home. We kicked out the family for you. Like, why? Why can't they just spawn in the living room or the kitchen or literally anywhere that makes sense? Nope. Every time I load, boom, family meeting at the front. I don't get it. Explain it to me. I don't get it. Another thing that bothers me is that you can't break into a house that nobody lives in. And this one makes zero sense. Like, why can't I break into a house if nobody lives there? Hello? Like, excuse me? You're telling me my sim can steal an entire couch from a nightclub, but somehow they can't break into an empty house in the middle of the suburb? Like, what are you protecting here, EA? The rights of a vacant lot? It's the weirdest logic, too. An abandoned house is literally the easiest thing to break into. I mean, not that I have an experience with that, I promise. No alarms, no owners, no witnesses. It's the perfect crime. But in The Sims 4, the game just won't let you do that. And of course, the kicker is that the only way to get in the house is to actually buy it. So congratulations, you turned my dream of being the neighborhood burglar into a house transaction. Nothing says life simulator like being forced into a house ownership. I also hate the smooth, empty areas with the bright green grass everywhere. You ever notice how a lot of spaces, if not all the spaces in The Sims 4, look like they were professionally landscaped by a golf course company? Like, no matter where you are, suburbs, desert, it's just smooth green neon grass. And it's not even the realistic type of grass. There are no patches, no dirt, no weeds, no bald spots. It's just a blinding radioactive green carpet that stretches on forever. It ruins the vibes. You can spend hours building the perfect cottagecore house with vines and mushrooms and rustic fences. And then you zoom out and bam! Everything outside looks like it was flattened down by a roller and spray painted lime green. It's a no from me. The blur effect and the disappearing of trees when you try to just take a nice shot of the scenery. Yeah, let's talk about the scenery. Because on the surface, The Sims world does look beautiful. There are a lot of beautiful spots until you actually move your camera. Suddenly, half the world fades away. Trees vanish into thin air and then come up again, just like popping in and out. And the cute house across the street looks like a watercolor painting now. It's like the game is saying, don't look too closely, sweetie. This is not for you. It drives me nuts. I'll be lining up the perfect shot, trying to feel immersed, and then poof, the trees literally disappear as I pan my camera and then they reappear again. And the blur effect, it makes the background look like somebody smeared Vaseline across the screen, or maybe I just need a new glasses prescription. Now, let's talk about the text interactions instead of actual gameplay. You know what really kills me? When the Sims team takes something that could have been actual gameplay and turns it into pop-up texts. Like, take couple counseling, for example. Your Sim is struggling in their relationship and they call a therapist. And what do you get? A deep, meaningful scene and conversation? A cozy office with plants and tissues for you to cry into? No, we get a slideshow with texts. That's it. Boom, counseling completed. Congratulations. Hope you enjoyed your invisible therapy session. And then your Sim is back at home like nothing happened. It's just a missed opportunity, like many others that I know you know about already. I know you hate that too. Imagine how cool it would be to actually see your Sim in the therapist's office, sitting on the couch, pouring out their little hearts, maybe even being able to choose what they talk about. School events, career moments, they're all reduced down to those stupid pop-up texts. EA, I didn't download a visual novel to read. I downloaded The Sims and I bought all these packs because I want to play the game. So give me gameplay. I think all of us Sim players really are frustrated because of how much possibility we see and how much potential we see in the game. And then we're often disappointed because it's a beautiful game and they do create beautiful things. I'm going to admit that the new Fairies pack has some amazing houses, but in terms of gameplay and mechanics, it really is disappointing because it takes away the immersion when those things happen. But no, I'm not done yet because there are a few other things that piss me off, like Sims losing their job at a local bar or booth or stall because you chose to play them? How dare you? And this one makes me furious. You know how the game is filled with those little townies who work at the local bar or sell something at the local market. And you can see them all the time. But the second you actually decide to play them, they become jobless. And someone else replaces them, a random NPC that often doesn't even suit the environment. Now your Sim is unemployed and someone took their job from them. Like, why? Why can't the Sim have the job while I'm playing them? That would be so cool. Why is it only allowed when they're an NPC? Why? It completely breaks the illusion of the world. Like, they didn't choose to quit that job. The game just literally fired them. Because how dare you play that character? And the worst part is that there's no way to get it back. You can't reapply. Just some random NPC will take their job now. Now let's talk about the milestones that make no sense. In theory, I love milestones. They were super functional in the previous Sims games. And they revealed a lot about the lore and about the characters. It's a cute memory system where you track your Sims' biggest events and how they felt about those events. Adorable. But in The Sims 4, it's absolute nonsense garbage, no. Take the Goths, for example. They've been together forever. They have 2 kids. A whole family legacy in the Sims community. And yet, the game says that they never had their first kiss in The Sims 4. Excuse me? It makes the whole system feel fake. Like, my Sim can move houses, get married, have kids, but apparently they didn't have their first kiss yet. Instead of feeling immersive, it just feels like a checklist of random things, completely random things. And you don't even see how they felt about that thing. Whereas in the past, you could actually see how it made them feel. All the milestones were unique for the characters. Now it's just the same copy-paste thing. And many milestones are not even there. Like, they didn't exist before that. And it's a big deal because in the past, those milestones revealed so much about the lore, and now it's just useless trash. Burn it. Sorry, don't burn it. It's bad for the environment. Recycle it? Or never make it in the first place. How about that? How about you fix the game? Now, this is a big issue for me as a lore addict, but gravestones without a name. This one absolutely baffles me. Why do most gravestones in the game not have a name? Like, why? Who is buried here? Like, who went through the trouble of chiseling out a giant stone and then said, nah, we don't care about who's buried here, actually. Did we forget who died here? You can see gravestones everywhere in the game, but they rarely have a name. And the ones that bother me the most are the 2 gravestones outside the Goth's house. They are buried in such an intentional way. There is even a fence around it and fresh flowers on one grave, but no name. Make it make sense. It's so immersion breaking, I just can't deal. You're walking through a graveyard trying to get into the spooky, dramatic moment of it all. Maybe you want to learn some history about the place, but then most of the tombstones are just blank, completely anonymous. It makes no sense. The Sims characters spend their lives obsessed with selfies and documenting things, but the second they die, apparently nobody remembers their name. And as a player, it's so unsatisfying. If I see a grave, I want to know what's the story behind it. I want to know who it is, how they lived, how they died. Like, give it to me. What is wrong with you, Sims? Okay, don't go anywhere because I have 2 more and those are annoying. Facial expressions changing too quickly. You know what makes no sense? Sims changing their emotions like they're speedrunning them. 1 second, they're sobbing into their hands dramatically in a heartbreaking way, and before you can even process it, they're smiling all of a sudden and making jokes. Then they're mad, then they're laughing, all in 12 seconds. It's like their faces didn't get the memo of what their actual mood is. You can have 2 parents physically fight in front of their children, and the kids will just stand there clapping and cheering them on. And then the kids will even get a happy moodlet out of it, since one of their parents won the fight and they love that parent, so they're happy for them. Hello. It's like I might as well just close my eyes to believe it. And it ruins the dramatic storytelling. You try to set up a big serious moment. Your Sim's face is bouncing between sad, angry, happy, and playful like it's possessed. Okay, this last one makes me roll my eyes. Beds not assigned by default. Like, why? Why are the beds not assigned for each character when I load into the game? Like, the Goth family has been living in that house for decades now. They each have their bed and they each have their rooms, and it's clear who's who. But the game is like, no, everyone is a free agent. Figure it out yourself. You assign them. We don't want to do it. So you end up with Cassandra sleeping in the parents' bedroom, Alexander passed out on the couch, and Mortimer snoring in the kid's bed. It's chaos. And yes, I can go in and manually assign the beds, but why wasn't it already done? Like, they live here. It totally kills the immersion. A family that's been living together for years should not be acting like total stranger visiting an Airbnb and fighting over who's sleeping where. Assign the beds, EA. It's not hard. I should not be micromanaging every situation. So yeah, that's my first pick of what I hate about The Sims. And I'll be back for more, because trust me, I have a long list. Let me know in the comments what things you can't stand. And please like this video. I tried to do my makeup today like an exploding plumb bob that's crying Sims tears of disappointment. And I'll see you next video.